Christian Duke from StrengthAddicts.com. One thing that I just thought of that I have to talk to you about is this right here. This is actually a venti Americano iced decaf with soy milk and 3 Splendas. Now, why am I talking about this? Because generally when you watch these videos, I do have a Starbucks cup sometimes, and what I'm drinking is actually a pour-over decaf hot. And that's not bad. Starbucks doesn't keep ready-made decaf. They have to make a pour-over, which is fine. But lately I've been doing a lot of iced coffee. And it's strange because it's winter. In Michigan, it's usually like 10 degrees. Sometimes it's 0, sometimes it's -5. So really the idea of drinking iced coffee in the winter is kind of silly, but I like it. And usually I drink Big B coffee in Michigan. I'm always at Big B in Novi. If you happen to be around, stop by and say hello. But when I do come to Starbucks, I generally get the pour-over. This is amazing. And I was speaking to the proprietor, I don't know if she's the owner or the manager. I'm here in Kentucky. I'm not sure what city in Kentucky I'm in. I think it's Crestview or something like that. And she was talking to me about her method for making iced decaf by the Americano. And instead of pouring the decaf into the cup and then just putting water on it, she actually pours the decaf shot over ice and slowly adds water. Like every, 5-10 seconds, she'll add a little bit of water and just stir. And that's really important because if you guys know anything about iced coffee, it's not really just getting a cup of hot coffee and dropping ice in there, because the ice will sweat, the coffee will be watered down, and really it won't taste good at all. It'll be cold, but it won't taste good. So I had never heard of that before, and it's actually pretty innovative, because what they do at the coffee shop that I normally go to is they will take the decaf at night, put it in the cooler overnight in ice, and set it, and then serve it 12 hours later. And it's amazing. I gotta tell you though, this process is actually just as good as that, and it takes about maybe 5 minutes. So check that out. And you can go to Starbucks. A lot of people, I get messages and they say, well, I don't drink caffeine. Well, you know what, honestly, you can still enjoy coffee without the caffeine. A lot has happened since Sanka in the orange tins. A lot of people are like, usually you think Sanka, you think of like an old fogey, basically, someone in their 80s or something, with blood pressure and heart attack. And unfortunately, that's like a really bad stereotype, because, if you like coffee, you don't really need the caffeine. You still get the coffee taste. You can still put, your cream and sugar. You can still put whatever, additives like you want. I do the soy and the Splenda. Now, me personally, I grew up on NutraSweet, and I really don't like NutraSweet. I hate saccharin. Stevia, this, what do they call it? I forget the name of it. It's stevia and erythritol. I don't know. I don't like stevia. Stevia to me has a licoricey taste. And they say it's 1,000 times sweeter than sugar. I don't. Truvia. I don't care for Truvia. I don't care for Equal. I don't care for saccharin. I like sugar, raw sugar, but raw sugar is not always good for you because it has an insulin response. You can put on weight, So Splenda is the next best thing. And honestly, even sugar itself doesn't quite do it for me. Like, my girlfriend said something really insightful. She said that Splenda doesn't make it sweet; it just doesn't make it bitter. And I really think that is like probably the best assessment of Splenda. It doesn't make it sweet. Like, it's not sweet at all. And it's Starbucks. Starbucks is kind of like that burnt Arabica bean, so it's even stronger than what I normally drink. It's not sweet, but it's not bitter. And that's perfect. I mean, what more could you ask for from a sugar alternative? I don't want to make a big video here for Splenda. I'm making a video about Starbucks, but this is what's in here. So it's an Americano decaf over ice, iced coffee with 3 Splendas and soy milk. And there's nothing wrong with soy milk. If anybody tells you that soy milk will raise your estrogen levels or turn you into a woman, they are probably working for the meat industry. Thank you. Or the dairy industry. Sorry. Yeah.